so I've been looking around for one of these for cheaper than what Partzilla has. And I was thinking about it. According to Google and some other sources, I should be able to buy one from a Ninja 400 and put it in here. It should be the same. And if that works, they are significantly cheaper because you can get them used. And even new, they're still much cheaper because this bike, they just started making it again in 2024. So getting parts for it is expensive. But if I can fit one from a Ninja 400 in here, that'll save me a lot of money. So I'm going to have to take this out, look at it, compare it to the pictures and stuff, and see if they're the same. And then if so, I'm going to try that. I'm going to order one of those and see if it'll fit in there and work. Hopefully it does, but you never really know. Also, while I was sitting here, I just wanted to show you the rectifier. So this is what the whole thing is supposed to look like, kind of. It's supposed to come out this far. And that's what it looks like. It is completely destroyed. But that's a very easy replacement, especially since I can just grab it right there. So that won't be hard to change at all. So I took what's left of the cover off. So this is what I'm working with now. Not exactly a fan of what I see. That right there concerns me because it looks like it might be broken. That looks like a little broken piece, or that could just be a chunk that got thrown in there, like a loose chunk. Actually, I think that's what it is, so it might be fine. But I gotta get this off and take these out, and I should be able to pull it out of here and see what it looks like. So I finally got that part. Okay. I just noticed that. Whoops. I finally got the flywheel off. This is what's left of the Stator cover. I did myself a favor. I took off what was left of the plastics up here because they're kind of getting in the way down there. It was a struggle getting this out because if you don't know, like if you don't really work on engines or anything, this is magnetic. It's very strong. It's a very strong magnet. And when you try to undo the bolt and stuff here, it's spinning the whole time. So I had to wedge. This is just a spark plug socket, but if you're ever working on this and you need to know, I just took this spark plug socket, I wedged it right there, and that kept the wheel from spinning. That way I could get this bolt out, and then when you have that flywheel still stuck in there and it's pretty difficult to get off, what I did was, it looks fine. I used these bolts and I put them back in. I put one on this. Oh, yeah, there's what I'm talking about though. See, but I put one on, one in there, one in there, and then what you do is you just keep tightening on each side, going back and forth until eventually it just kind of pushes it out. And you'll be able to get it out. It'll kind of like make a popping sound. You'll hear it come out, and you get it freed, and then just kind of wiggle it out. But yeah, I finally got that out. So I'm gonna look at this one, try to find a new one that I can buy. The Stator and Stator cover are already here. The Stator's right there. They're already in. I also have the new, no, I don't have the gasket yet, but I got a new gasket for it because this one's obviously no good. Luckily, none of this is damaged at all, so I'm not gonna have to replace the engine block or anything, like the engine casing, I mean, which I'm very happy about. I don't really see any damage or any problems up here. This obviously needs to get adjusted back up, but with the amount of gravel and rocks I'm pulling out of this bike so far, I wouldn't be surprised if they like slid into gravel or something afterwards. But yeah, there's rocks all through the bike I've been taking out. This is the plug for the rectifier, which I took off. I don't know if I said that or not, but here's that. This is also already here, the new one. Actually, I don't know if it's here or not, but it's ordered at least. I don't remember what else here and what isn't. But yeah, I'm just happy I finally got this part off. I'm probably going to take the oil plug and filter off while I'm down here, just to make sure whatever's left comes out. Then I know for a fact the new oil filter is in. That got here yesterday. But obviously I'm not putting any of that on until the stator's put back together. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. That's a little tip if you ever find yourself trying to take one of these off. It worked very well for me, but hopefully that helps you out. So now I just got to get a new flywheel, one that's not completely chewed up and destroyed, and put that back on there. So another thing I just noticed about this bike, well, I noticed it kind of earlier, but like I'm working on it now. So normally there's a little black loop that goes right here around it. You grab that loop and you just pull it, and then that's how you get the front seat off. When I bought the bike, there was no back seat on it, and I thought maybe they took it off to get their papers out or something after they wrecked and never put it back. Also, like there's some of the rocks and stuff I'm talking about, but so I thought maybe they just set the back seat somewhere and still have it. But then I realized that right here is kind of grinded down a little bit and scraped up. And if you see, it matches from the scraping from like the fairings and stuff. So I'm assuming they wrecked the bike with no back seat on it. I'm not sure they lost the back seat or what exactly, but or if there's an issue with this, they screwed it up somehow and couldn't fix it, so they just didn't put one on. I don't know. Maybe it just flew off when they wrecked, but it's definitely an issue with it. I'm gonna have to order a new back seat and then sorry, I'm like fixing this right now. Possibly have to play with that latch a little bit if it's messed up, but right now I'm just kind of seeing what else I find with the bike, but lots of rocks in it. All through here. Look at all that. So I'm assuming they wrecked and went into gravel. But right now I'm just taking a little bit more of the plastics off while I wait for stuff to come in. The oil got here while I was messing with that. It arrived, and the gasket for the Stator is supposed to arrive by tonight, but it's not looking likely. But hopefully it does. And after I get paid, I will order a new one of these because it's very expensive, unfortunately, but don't really have much of a choice. So this tag I just kind of threw away because I had no idea what that was. They actually have a battery charger hooked up to this bike, which is cool, I guess. Doesn't really matter if you wreck it, but at least while the bike was running, it was a nice little perk to have. Well, I got a little bit ahead of myself and ended up taking most of the front off. Got this right here. I'm trying to show reflection or anything, but that was in good working condition when I took it off. Hopefully it still is. But took off some of the plastic from up here just so I could get to this really. Don't really see anything damaged up here, which is kind of surprising, but nice at the same time. Looks pretty good to me. I moved this handle up. This one still needs moved, but this one was a lot easier, so that's why I just got to it and did it. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. I just need to finish getting the plastics off eventually, and then get new ones on once I have the stator done. Which I did notice, so this is the plug for the stator, which should be on the new one over there, but it goes to 2 different directions once you get up to here, which kind of worries me. It's got one going that way and one going that way. So that's, yeah, you can see right there. So that's something else I might have to figure out, and possibly, so I can feel the plug, but I don't want to have to dig up to get it. I don't know how to get up in there, but I'm gonna have to figure that out. And I'm gonna have to wash this bike off before I put new plastics on because of a bunch of stuff like this, but it's moving along pretty quickly. I'm pretty happy with it so far. I didn't see any dents in the gas tank or anything, so that's good. Doesn't look too bad.